From Studio 4 in Kansas City, it's the Big Dumb Fun Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another edition, another episode, another 3 hours of the Big Dumb Fun Show. My name is Aaron.
Hi, my friends. My name is Venkman.
And I'm Rena.
Rena, welcome back.
Hey.
It's always nice to get together every week after week after every
decade,
life-sucking
every year.
week. It's always a fun thing to come in here to Studio 4 every single Monday throughout the year. You can catch us on the new BigDumbFunShow.com. If you're not aware, you can check us out on there. It's the new BigDumbFunShow.com. Just released it. Was it like last week or 2 weeks ago or something? It went live?
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago, and we're going to add more and more to it. In fact, Gunnerk and I were just meeting about some of the stuff, some of the plans that we have.
Oh, no.
Some of it
What
involve
are those?
you. Some of it involve you.
Say
Some
what?
of it.
Say what?
Some
A
of it
nude picture directory. I hope you're
Some
okay
of
with
it.
that.
Involves dropping the kids off at the pool.
That's right. A huge campaign in regards to kids and pools and dropping them off.
Let me tell you, dropping the kids off at the pool, it means something different in my head.
We'll see.
So I'm curious to know
Maybe
what that
we're all
means.
aligned here. I don't know. we have a strategy in promoting the show that's going to be a worldwide marketing phenomena, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show as well. Plus, this week, this is one of my favorite. Actually, I have two shows that are my absolute favorite of the year. One is the big Christmas extravaganza. Mm-hmm. The second, the end of the year predictions show.
Nice.
That's all in one show, because next week at this time, if we make it...
Oh, that's next week's show?
No, next week at this time, it's going to be Christmas Eve.
Yeah?
We're not going to be here for Christmas Eve. The week after that, it's like New Year's Day or New
It's
Year's
New
Eve.
Year's Eve.
New Year's Eve. So we're not going to be there for that. So we're not going to be back here till January 7th.
If we are back.
If we're back. Now, it is the 17th today.
Yes.
In just a few days, the world is supposed to end, according to those rascally Mayans, right?
Yep.
So we'll talk a little bit of that later tonight as well. But
Okay.
So we have two shows that we have to squeeze into one big show, and then go from there. So
We're not going to try to squeeze a third show in just in case the world ends. Get that,
Well, it won't matter.
just for like the new race of people to be
just-
able to watch
just for
it.
whatever. It was supposedly, the Mayans didn't say the world was going to end. They just were like, hey, it's the end of a millennia.
The end of the millennia.
Like something maybe dramatic would change, like they'd get a new calendar.
You never know.
Like
They
they've been
go from the
carrying
Mayan
these calendars around forever.
Yeah.
Big piece of rock.
They're like, after this calendar, we're going to switch
To
to
paper.
the Dilbert calendar.
Well, that means we need... What are those things that people put a rocket into the ground or something into the ground?
a
and then
time capsule.
we need to do that and make sure we put a bunch of our shows in there so people
Yes.
know who
People
we are.
need to hear this.
Or aliens or Bigfoot, whoever decides to come after we're all gone, they can listen to us.
So you think that the entire human race could be annihilated
Yes.
minus Bigfoot?
Yes.
Like he'll be
And
the only
And-
one pulling through.
And minus the aliens.
And the aliens will, of course, because they're the ones that put us here to begin with.
Exactly.
I am Mr. Conspiracy Theorist,
Do you
right?
mean the aliens or illegal aliens?
I'm going towards the aliens.
Like from another country or another planet?
because everyone's going away.
I'm going to go with planet.
Now, is this kind of the rapture thing? I don't think the Mayan calendar and rapture is the same thing, but a lot of Christians, you're a Christian, Venkman,
Yeah.
So does that mean since I'm a Hindu, I'm not dying?
that everyone's going to rapture and then like everyone who didn't believe or whatever is still going to be here and it'll be hell on earth.
That depends. If the rapture
Actually,
occurs,
would it be rapture and it'd be hell on earth if all the Christians left? If like the guys from
some people would be like,
if Fred Phelps
God.
disappeared before protesting Sandy Hook,
would that be such a bad thing?
would
Is that what
be
you're saying?
so bad?
Well,
I don't know.
didn't they do this whole spiel when the millennium happened, 2000 happened, like January 1st of 2000, everyone freaked out, thought we were going to die, and I
Computers
remember
were going to go down.
yeah,
Oh,
computers
yeah.
were going to go down, something bad was going to happen, and I remember 1201 hit, and we were listening to Waiting for Tonight, the J-Lo song.
Yeah, they
And everybody's-
several times the world has been supposedly coming to an
It was
end.
just funny because we all looked at each other like, Okay, we're still alive.
Yeah, well,
continue. Shot, everybody.
We're still here. And of course, this year was also supposed to be the end of the year, or the end of the world in May. The guys over at that familyradio.com, that big evangelist, he came out and said it's the end of the world. Look out. God is going to smite us on May. It was like May 20th or May 12th, something like that.
I remember something briefly, but I don't remember too much.
Turns out, and some people actually think that the world has ended. Like the rapture has happened, and this is hell on earth. And every single bad news story that comes out, they're like, well, that's what happens when it's hell on earth. You know, we're living it. Like
so
we're in hell right now.
So you think these people that are going crazy, they're the devil?
No, maybe so. I'm saying that some people have said that. Some people, that's their prediction. That's what they think. Like, the end of the world is already upon us. Like, this is hell.
So that means
people that are in heaven are in heaven, and this is currently hell.
We're all the people that didn't really believe strongly enough. Well, you're Hindu, so that doesn't really count. I don't know. There's not a rapture in Hindu, is there? Where everybody goes
I think Hindu's a lot of reincarnation, right?
I don't know what you guys mean by rapture. Like, when you keep saying rapture, I keep thinking of dinosaurs.
Okay, the rapture in Christianity, like I said, we're going to try to fit all this into one show. So, briefly...
Okay.
The rapture is a time in Christianity when you're just chilling, right, and then all of a sudden, sucked into space, right? Your clothes and everything. You go to heaven. If you're a believer,
so you
go to
get
heaven.
to fly.
You fly into space.
That's so cool. I want to learn how to fly.
And maybe there's Christ comes back, and then he's like, all right, where are my peeps at? Let's go. And then everybody goes to heaven, and so there's just a bunch of empty cars. Planes are crashing because everyone's been sucked into the sky, and just the rapture. Mass exodus, right? So many people from Earth, or except the non-believers, they're left on Earth.
It's not that I'm a non-believer; I'm just a Hindu believer.
Yeah, well,
I have mad respect towards Christians, Catholics,
true, but this
Jewish,
would count. So
etc.
if you were not a believer, if you were a Hindu, then you would be left behind.
Then you'd be left behind.
Yeah,
Cool.
hence the whole book series, Left Behind. You should check it out. It's an interesting read. But and so everyone else left behind, and then that's when you have the coming of the Antichrist, and you have the actual end of days, and then I think you get a second chance at some point. That's when the Mark of the Beast happens. Like this whole thing, end of days, is very, very interesting. It is an interesting read, absolutely.
Maybe I'll read about it.
Well, for all those people that are left, we've got quite a show in store for you.
Absolutely. Not only are we going to talk about our death pool, and we're going to talk about our predictions. Not only do I have predictions for 2013, I have predictions for each and every one of you for 2013 as well. Plus, we're going to talk with Annie Walsh. She's from the Kansas City Women in Film and TV. She's going to stop by here in just a few minutes or so to talk about their plans of what the KCWIFT, what they've got planned for 2013 if 2013 comes around. So all of this and more on tonight's very special Big Dumb Fun Show.
Oh, yeah.